Selena was seen dating Raj on the episode of The Rookie that aired tonight. He was the one who was in charge of the band. One of the individuals that came up with a new song after seeing Nolan, it was Selena who made the arrest. The title of the document was, "Arrest Me But Make It Sexy." In addition, they dialed 911 in an attempt to entice the police to return, simply so that they could perform the same song once more. But this time, they made sure to videotape it during their performance. Nolan's life was ruined by Raj and his band. They were like a plague. These people were abhorrent to him. It was their music that he detested. Now that he discovered that Raj was Selena's boyfriend, he couldn't believe that she was seeing Raj. Before he found out that Raj was Selena's new boyfriend, he was willing to meet him. Not only that, but he went so far as to label Raj as a sociopath. As soon as he gets to know Raj, Selena assured him that he would reconsider his decision. Actually, Raj required assistance from the police tonight. He made a visit to their station at a later time. The word "die" has been written on the side of his house on multiple occasions by an unknown person. At first, he chose to disregard it, but now he is suspecting that it could be a severe issue. The increase in criminal activity in his neighborhood was brought up by Selena. Moreover, she inquired about his adversaries. At first, Raj did not believe that he had adversaries. However, Selena informed him that singing to Nolan might not have been the most humorous thing in the world. Now, Nolan is absolutely resentful of him. After that, Raj gave it some thought. It dawned on him that Nolan was not the only one he brought joy to with his singing. Calendar Boys was the name of the song that he composed specifically for the firefighters. It was his recommendation that they remain in the modeling industry because no one would want their wet hoses. In addition to that, he composed a song for the medical community as well as for the Girl Scouts. At that very instant, Selena came to the realization that perhaps Nolan was correct in his assessment of Raj. Despite the fact that she was rethinking her decision to date him, she was still going to hunt for the person who was threatening him. While Selena was still attempting to assist Raj, the entire establishment experienced a loss of their computers. Police computers across the state of California were unavailable. It was not limited to their rank alone. According to Raj's allegations, Selena was required to complete out the report by writing it out. Of addition to this, they had to contend with an increase of criminals. Even though it was the worst possible time to be short-staffed, they were required to hold a large number of people at the station. Both Nolan and Chen were taking action in response to a stabbing. In the park, there were 3 young women who were stabbed. Everyone was 13 years old. Ava, Grace, and Charlotte were the names of the 3 young ladies. Grace was the one who had sustained the most harm. When the parents got there, she was still in the process of undergoing surgery. In the past, Grace's mother and Ava's father were romantically involved. It came to a disastrous end. Whoever was responsible for their children being assaulted was the subject of the argument between the 2 parents, who were now shrieking at each other. Officers were able to break up the fight, but there was something strange about the claims made by the girls. Compared to Grace's injuries, Ava and Charlotte's were not quite as severe. The fact that Ava was the one who stabbed Grace was demonstrated by the injuries she sustained. She was so focused on stabbing her that she failed to notice that she had accidentally cut herself at the same time. Charlotte was also convinced to go along with it because they were both pointing the finger of blame at an unknown individual. It was said that a man emerged from the trees armed with a knife. Prior to that, he assaulted Grace. The second person to attack was Charlotte. Afterwards, he proceeded to Ava. Given that they had just heard a friend scream, it seemed incomprehensible that the girls would continue to remain in the area or at the very least not seek assistance. The fact that Charlotte and Ava were involved in the situation together was the one thing that made perfect sense. The situation is even more dire than that because they were successful in persuading Grace to exit covertly. At Grace's residence, they were having a sleepover party for the guests. Grace had never before managed to sneak out of the house. She holds off until her 2 closest friends arrive, and then all of a sudden, she has the urge to sneak out of the room.